Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be addressing one is probably the most asked question at the moment, and it's if you should be investing in the Copenhagen 2024 Major stickers or not. Now, this is not the usual sort of content we have on videos, but we do discuss it in Discord and on the streams, and because it's been asked so much, I wanted to make a video getting my opinions out on it, and hopefully shedding some light on it. It's also my second time recording this because I forgot to hit the mic button the first time. So, we're definitely recording this time, and let's get into it. My aim is to be somewhat short and sweet on this, and the very first thing to get out there is, this is not financial advice, it's my personal opinion on the market. Counter-Strike market is incredibly volatile. If you're here to get rich quick or do a quick flip, this is not the place to be. In my opinion, this market is incredibly volatile, it's unregulated. So from an actual investment side of things, you probably better go into S&P 500 or something like that. But if you do want to invest in Counter-Strike, hopefully this will help. Now, I have based it on the last 4 majors that we had and the results we had from that, and I'll throw some of these on screen now. So if you look at Stockholm, you can see the average percentage increase across the 4 capsules for Legends, Challengers, Contenders, and then the finalist signatures was 890% increase. This is largely driven by the Challengers and then the Contenders. The Challengers has had 1500% increase. It's absolutely crazy. And just to get a couple things out of the way, because I'm sure there'll be questions now, the capsule price I'm using is when it's on sale, and I'm using pound because that's my currency. These capsules will go from 79 pence to 19 pence after the major ends, and Valve put them on sale. So if you want to buy them and open them now, that's fine. But if you wanted to buy them on an investment side of things, obviously wait till the sale. You're going to get them for 75% less. And then my capsule price now is based on the Steam price of today. So third parties, it will be a bit less. But to keep it consistent and as easy as possible, Steam price is what we're using. So Stockholm, obviously, in crazy sort of like ROI. But some people forget that Stockholm was a bit of a unique event. It's the first major after COVID. We missed a major because of COVID. So I think it's like 2 years since we had a major. Stockholm came along, it broke viewership records, it broke so much records, there's so much hype around it, and at that point, I don't think like this investing in sticker capture game was anywhere near as popular. I think the blow up in the last couple of years from those that did invest in Stockholm, plus the fact that cattle stickers have went through the roof, has kind of made this sort of higher level interest towards it, which is why you'll also naturally see the ROI sort of teeter off, because more people are investing in it. So obviously Stockholm, a great return. If you look at Antwerp, it does drop significantly. I obviously, another thing is Stockholm's been out for an extra year. It's had an extra time to grow, or to grace, in this case, grow. Antwerp didn't have the benefit of being the first major back after COVID and everything. So I think the expectations for that already should be lower. You can see here though, 120% average increase. Now, I didn't label them properly here. The top 3 are the team capsules, and then the bottom 3 are the signatures. You can see team capsules pretty consistent across the board as being the better option. If you then look at Rio, there's a drop. It goes down to an average percentage increase of 43%. Similar to before, top 3 are teams, and then the bottom 3 are signatures. Now, Rio has probably a couple of issues. I would say it is the second major in a year, so a lot of people maybe invested into Antwerp after seeing how Stockholm was doing. And then didn't want to invest into Rio because it had a, let's say, ugly border. The community sentiment on the Rio border is that it's not good. The stickers aren't good, in my opinion. I like the golds. That's kind of about it. But I think it was just kind of dead because of that. And then also at this point, a lot of people maybe were on the investment train, so it became a bit of a tricky one. Overall, realistically, you're making like 5-6 pence per capsule here while selling on the Steam market after fees. So it's not crazy, but if you bought 100 off them, you're still going to make profit. So, you take it. Paris, however, at the minute is currently on a decrease. Average percentage increase is actually -5. Now, I think there's a couple of reasons for this. It is borderless, so that's another big thing. Stockholm, Antwerp, and Paris are all borderless. Rio was bordered, but not an ideal border. The Paris sale then went on for ages, an absolute age. If you invest in them, you probably remember thinking, this is going on way too long. I had the same thing. When Valve announced CS2 this time last year to the day, they also then cancelled the second major of the year, which we think was meant to be in China. It was meant to be at the end of 2023. They cancelled it, and to make up for the teams losing money there, they ran the sticker sale for longer so the teams can make more money. But that put us in the situation of it, one, being over-invested into, because people started investing into it with it being the potential of the last CS major. And I think by the time the major rolled around, it was confirmed it was going to be the last CS2 major. So people were investing for that. People were also jumping on the investment train because of Stockholm and Antwerp doing well, and Rio's still getting some ROI, although limited. So overall, just overinvest it, and then the sale went on for too long, and we see a negative result because of that. So, Copenhagen. What should you do? That's what you're here for. I'm going to give you the answer. We're not going to leave you vague like some other people would. In short, yes, I think you should and could invest in Copenhagen, and I'm going to give some of my examples for it now. In regards to my worries for it, I have a worry because it's bordered. There was potential for them to come along and do something really unique with an actual like fitting and stylish border. I showed Arco stuff on Discord and a video. Arco Digital's borders I think would have worked really well. I think they would have gone down very well as well. And then it creates a bit more of a unique investment. But instead we've got borderless, which means 4 of the last 5 majors are borderless. Which means some of the teams that are repeating there, I think there's going to be less value in maybe like a Fies sticker because you have Stockholm, Antwerp and Paris already. Do you really need a 4th one? I think that could hinder it a little bit. But I think because Paris investment flopped, some people will be like, bugger that. I don't want to do it anymore. It's also the first CS2 major. And I think Valve have been somewhat... I think Valve have done this on purpose. These look like budget Cattle 14 stickers. If you take a look at, like, I'll put them on screen. If you look at Stockholm, Antwerp, and Paris, they've got like a cute little bottom right or bottom left, like event name. This is the worst of the 3. I think Antwerp's and Stockholm's held up a bit better. But for Copenhagen, it's like perfectly centered. Now, if you consider what that looks like, it looks how Cattle 14s were, where you do have borderless, you've got a nice big team logo, and then the event's just nicely, perfectly in the bottom. And I think that works really well for crafting. So overall, my opinion is I think we will see a rise in these. I think if you review this in a year's time, maybe 2 years' time, we will see that increase between 43 to like 100%. Rio has 43% increase, and it's like at a detriment because of the border. Antwerp 120% increase after a massive fall off from Stockholm. So I think Antwerp is maybe sitting as a bit more realistic expectation. So I think people will catch on to these being budget Cattle 14s. Now, the holo effect isn't as good as Cattle 14. Let's get that out of the way. The holo effect is not as good as Antwerp or Stockholm, in my opinion. So that has another limitation. But overall, I think less people will be investing because they got burnt on Paris. I think long term, it's going to be, or like at least mid term, it's going to become like a budget Cattle 14 craft option just for the stylistic choice. And I think we'll see an increase. But make sure you buy them on the sale. You don't buy them now for investment, otherwise you're basically just confirming yourself to get absolutely torched. Now, I'm going to end it there. That's this video. I'm loving the major so far. I hope you guys are as well. I don't do content like this too often, so if you guys could like hit that like button and give me some feedback in the comments, that'd be greatly appreciated in regards to if you want to see more of it, if I need to put more stuff on screen, or just stop waffling as much like I am doing right now. That would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, in short, you can and should invest in these, but I would say the other disclaimer is disposable income investment. I wouldn't be doing these for a quick flip or anything like that. And in my opinion, I am going to invest what I would be happy to open, because if it does burn itself, I will just then open them. That's the sort of metric I use. But I'm going to stop waffling, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're right here. I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.